Today's presentation, we only have about 45 minutes today, so I'm going to have to talk a little bit fast, but that's what I'm used to because I am from Chicago. If you guys have any questions throughout the presentation, feel free to ask any questions whatsoever. I can multitask while I multitask, so I have multiple screens open here, and I move pretty fast. So today I'm going to teach you how to trade like a hedge fund manager. It's very, very important. I would say the difference between a good trader and a great trader is risk versus reward setups. I'll be your presenter today, and my name is Andrew Keene. Past performance not indicative of future results. Little risk disclaimer here. Unfortunately, I have to put this in every single webinar. Day trading, short-term trading, and option trading is very risky. They're generally not appropriate for someone with little capital, little to no trading experience, and low tolerance of risk. Never execute a trade unless you're willing to prepare to lose your entire investment. No trades or recommendations or advice. You cannot be sued for losses of capital. All trades are for educational purposes only. Contact your broker, your registered investment advisor for execution margin and other capital requirements. Everyone watching today's presentation adheres to all risk disclaimers at www.optionhacker.com and www.alphashark.com. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. That's all the fun stuff. I'm not a registered investment advisor. I trade predominantly, actually all through Thinkorswim. I just opened this new trading account 3 weeks ago, and using what I'm going to teach you guys today, you can see my P&L here. I'm up over $12,000 in 3 weeks. So this is my Thinkorswim account, and actually it's even funnier that I'm up this much money and I've only been short the market. So I've been short the market for about 4 weeks. You see the market here was on fire again on Friday, but P&L is higher, so I've been trading really well. And I want to teach you guys, how I've consistently been profitable throughout the years. I've only had 2 years, 1 year losing trading. That was 2009. This year I am down money, but it is a war, not a battle. So I just got to put on my game face. Go in every day. Stick to the concrete trading plan that I'm going to teach you guys today. I'm going to introduce you guys my secret sauce, and then hopefully you guys will start using it. So this is a picture of me. This was actually just in Austin, maybe like 2 weeks ago. Mark Cuban was in town for South by, and nice guy. I got to meet him. Got a picture with him. I told him I went to Illinois. He went to Indiana. He's worth like $5 billion. So a picture there with Mark Cuban. I study at the University of Illinois Champaign-Urbana, Big Ten school. It's pretty good school, but to be honest, I'm not a high-level programmer. I don't do programming, and I never went to MIT. I don't have an MBA. I didn't go to Stanford. I didn't go to Harvard. So if I can make millions trading, then you guys too. I probably made about $5 million in my career trading. That's profits minus losses, not just profits, because you got to subtract those losses. So I'm going to teach you guys today what I learned from the trading floor. I was a market maker on the Chicago Board Options Exchange for about a decade. I took all the knowledge that I had, and I brought it upstairs. And now I currently trade in Austin at my computer, very similar to everybody here. Throughout the course of the last 4 years, I've done about 500 webinars, taught about 30,000 traders how to trade. I've professionally traded for 14 years on a real dollar account every single day. We have 13 educational courses on demand and DVD, and the one I'm going to teach you guys today is our best. And I've written 3 books and 2 ebooks. So that's the nitty gritty. Like I said, I'm in Austin now. Was in Chicago for a very long time. Moved to San Diego. I was in San Diego for a year and a half, and then I moved to Austin. Regular contributor. I'm sure as most of you have seen me on CNBC. I do CNBC about 2 days a week. And I have an interview with Monday and Thursday this week. I was on last week. So that's the nitty gritty. So we have a little quote here, and throughout the presentation, I want you guys to remember one word and remember one number. Just close your eyes for a second and remember the word education. Remember the number 90. So the word is education and the number is 90. So we have a little quote here. It says, if you want to be more powerful in life, educate yourself. It is that simple. It's really, really quite amazing how much you guys can learn. When I started trading, I was out of college and I went to the clerk to trade program, and I just encompassed myself with, trading knowledge. At some point in time, I probably haven't kept up as much as I should, but I read every single options book on trading. I read through every single scenario. I know it frontwards, backwards. I was taught by really good traders, and I feel like I'm paying it forward by teaching you guys how to all trade properly and hopefully become potentially more profitable. So you guys are taking the first step. So, give yourself a little pat on the back that you showed up to a free webinar on a Saturday and afternoon if you're in New York or Chicago. East Coast is still in the morning, or West Coast is still in the morning. So you're taking the first step in your, to become a potential better trader. We are all here for one reason only. It's to make more money trading. This is not a webinar on how to save the manatees or, save the children. I will do that all one day, but my goal in trading is to make the most amount of money possible. Simple and easy. And you guys have some really, really good speakers today. So be like a sponge, absorb it, take pictures of slides. I record on my webinars, ask questions. Knowledge is power, power is knowledge. And, you have to be willing to invest in your education, okay? Education is not free, but it's, pretty affordable. There's a lot of really good educational courses, and we'll talk about one at the end. So I read a lot of books. I'm looking at my bookshelf right now. I've read 8 this year, so I'm trying to read 26 this year, and I've read 8 so far. So there's no dark pools in the option market. There's a really good book. It's by Michael Lewis. I'm sure most people know who Michael Lewis is. He wrote The Big Short, which just became a movie. He wrote Moneyball. He wrote Liar's Poker. So there's a really good book you can read about dark pools if you don't know what dark pools are, and it's called Flash Boys. Okay, so just a little book here. So basically simple and easy. It is very, very hard to make money trading futures, stocks, and forex. And the reason for that is because there's dark pools. Okay, there's algos trading against you. I compare playing trading options like playing Texas Hold'em. Okay, if you play the computer in chess, you will never ever win because there's always one right move, and that's how algos are in futures, forex, and stocks. In options, there's a bluffing mechanism involved. So if I play the computer in chess, there's 0% chance I ever win. If I play the computer in Texas Hold'em, there's a bluffing mechanism involved. Okay? There are 2 types of options. They're pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Everybody makes options so much harder than they are. There's calls and there's puts. So an institution can buy calls. They buy calls for 1 of 2 reasons: speculation on the upside or a hedge against a short stock position. They buy puts for 1 of 2 reasons: speculation of the downside or a hedge against a long stock position. It's not that hard. It's not that complicated. I'm going to show you guys a concrete trading plan, which you guys can start using immediately to start figuring out if these trades are speculative or hedge bets. And I'll give you a couple websites where you can get all this information for free throughout the course of the day. So there are no dark pools in the option markets. So every single trade that goes across the tape every single day, I see. We use a proprietary-based scanner called Option Hack, the Trade Alert. Let me show you what it looks like here. So this is a scanner that shows me every single trade across every single exchange. There is 8 to 1,200 trades that go across the tape every single day. I'm going to show you guys, like I said, a couple websites where you can get the best potential bullish and bearish setups for 100% free, and then you can put them right into my trading plan and figure out if it is a potential good trade for you. So what is our goal when we are trading? It's to have financial freedom, simple and easy. Everybody wants financial freedom. Why do people work during the day? Some people actually really do enjoy their jobs. A lot of people do not enjoy their jobs. They work because it's the ends to the means. Just close your eyes for a second here and think if you had more money, what would you do with it? If you made twice the amount of money you make today, 3 times, 4 times, would you pay off bills? Would you go on vacation? Would you, take your significant other somewhere on vacation, sip Mai Tais by the beach, buy a bigger house, buy a bigger car? Just think about it for a second. Like, what is the goal? Everybody needs goals in life, right? What is the goal? You guys can open your eyes again and just realize that, we trade for one reason. It's to make more money, okay? Trading is hands down the greatest thing that in the world. If someone said you would have to give up everything in this world besides what would it be? And I would probably say, besides family, it'd be trading, okay? I am fortunate and lucky that I get to wake up every single day, put on calculated risk versus reward setups and bets in the option market. It's exciting. It's crazy. It's so much fun. I love it. I love trading. I'll probably trade for the rest of my life. So the goal is to get financial freedom, okay? If you're a part-time trader, maybe you want to get away from that job and be a full-time trader. If you're a full-time trader, I'm sure you've made more money in the past than you currently make right now. Everybody has. So you want to get your trading to the next level. Whatever step you are in your trading process, I want to take you guys to the next level. Okay? There's 4 steps of usually trading. Step 4 is you lose a lot of money. And that's unfortunately how most people start. Step 3 is you lose less money. Step 2 is you start making a little bit of money, but it's not enough, you pay the bills and have financial freedom. And step 1 is you just continue to make money. You see all the angles. It's like playing pool. You see all the angles, you see all the shots. Everything just clicks and makes sense. Okay? So whatever stage you are in your trading, I want to get you guys to the next level. You're in stage 4, I want to get you to 3. Baby steps. This stuff is not easy. If anybody ever told you trading was easy, they're lying to you. Because if I could just take a program and just put out, basically reward risk setups in an algorithm-based setting, I would. There's a lot of psychology. You guys got to train your brain and mind. Do you trade really poor when you're down money? Some people do. I know I do. If I lose money in a day, I trade really poorly. Okay? If I'm up money, I usually see the angles and I trade better. There's a lot of psychology behind trading. If you think you're going to lose money, you're probably going to lose money. You need to be mentally prepared in your trading. So I counted this other day as 2,700. I'm going to show you one trade that I put on in last month. Actually, it's in February, so it was like a month and a half ago, where I made $5,600 in 20 minutes. Okay, it is possible, very, very possible. Like I said, my goal in the industry, I haven't been around as long as most other people. I've actually only been in the game for about 4 years for education because I traded on the trading floor for so long. I was on the floor. Yeah, you're at 2. We need to take you to 1. So I was on the trading floor for 10 years. So I didn't know any of this education, and I didn't even know what a webinar was. I didn't know what Twitter was. Okay, so I've been in this game for about 4 years, and my goal is to teach you guys, train you guys. Let me be your mentor. Let me train you how to trade properly in risk versus reward setups to make more money. So these are the biggest, best probably hedge fund managers in the world. As we all know who this is. This is obviously Carl Icahn, and then we have David Einhorn over here. And just because they're the greatest hedge fund managers doesn't mean they don't make mistakes. Okay? Every trader has bad trades. And, I always say that it's not important to get on the plane, it's important to get off the plane. Okay? So, every trader is going to make a losing trade. Most of the mistakes that people make is they don't get out of losing positions. Okay? David Einhorn, he had a huge position in Micron, MU. It went from like 35 and now it's like $10. Okay, so he's had losing trades, but he's one of the best hedge fund managers out there. Carl Icahn, he had a very long position in Chesapeake and has popped lately, and Schneer. Okay, those aren't working out, but these are the greatest minds in the world. Throughout the course of the day, I'm not coming up with any of the trades myself. I'm basically analyzing, dissecting trades from the best traders in the world. If Carl Icahn personally called you and said, hey, Andrew, give me $5,000 and I'll just put it with whatever I buy, would you do it? I for sure would. Okay. The hedge funds make more money. Why? They have insider information. It's not hard. I've written articles on it. Reuters calls me, Bloomberg calls me. Do I think they had insider information? I can never prove it. Okay. The SEC and the OCC doesn't have the manpower to go after every single trade that is $1 million bet. And I'll go over some examples of some stocks and options that we saw institutional order flow. So throughout the course of the day, I'm watching institutional order flow. Okay, I'm watching trades and option market from the biggest and best traders in the world. Okay, so I'm watching the best traders in the world. Next slide. So why do we care about it? Okay, so every single stock has stock volume of trades in a day. I looked up Apple the other day. Apple trades about 46 million shares in a day. If it traded 92 million shares that day, that would be 2.0 times usual volume. If it's not usual volume, it is known as unusual volume or unusual option activity. So every single stock has stock volume of trades in a day. Every single option has options volume of trades in a day. If it trades more than 2.0 times usual volume, it is known as unusual option activity. I'm sure you guys have all watched CNBC. You see the Nigerians on TV, Pete and John Nigerian. Very, very similar strategy. They sit there and they watch unusual option activity. They watch for the biggest and best traders in the world. Just simple and easy. Try to mimic their positions. Figure out which ones are good, figure out which ones aren't good, and mimic their positions because they have access to technology, information, manpower, and capital that we do not have. If you're trying to create your own trades yourself, you're crazy, okay? This is exactly what I did on the trading floor. I watch institutional order flow because they are better, bigger, and smarter than me. So why is unusual option activity the best way to trade, to track big money? Think about the order process. There are no dark pools possible, okay? So every single trade across every single exchange I see. So the order process goes as following. Institution comes up with a trade based on their information. Whatever this trade they want to put on, based on their information, they decide to put on a trade. They then call, the broker then calls Citadel, Goldman Sachs, Barclays, Merrill, Morgan, and says, hey, I have a customer that wants to do this. Do you want to take the other side of this? Yes or no? The trade goes to the trading floor and gets executed for the OCC and the SEC. So every single trade is coming straight from the trading pits, okay? All we care about, because we all know in every market, for every buyer there's a seller, for every seller there's a buyer. All I care about is what the initiator is doing. The person initiating the trade, okay? The brokerage firm will take the other side of the trade and they'll hedge their position with stock, but all I care about is what the initiator is doing with their position. What is the initiator doing with their trade? So once it's executed, I get a signal or I get a scan. So even if they're trading at insider information, which most of the time they are, I cannot get in trouble at all. It's so interesting how many times you see calls being bought and a stock gets taken over. Okay? If a stock was to go from 30 to 40, if I bought the stock for 30 and sold it at 40, that's a 33% gain. Using the option market, I can electrify my ROI, return on investment. Okay? I could buy a call for maybe 50 cents. That call could, hypothetically speaking, go up to $5, $10, even $20, right? So the option market can magnify returns. That's why the institutional order flows is in the option market. That's the best way to trade. So here's an example of TCKA. This was about a couple weeks ago, and I'll just go through the order flow. UOA means unusual option activity. Unusual option activity. So a trader bought 3,588 UOA, TCK, March, 5.5 calls for 20 cents. Okay, so they had the right but not obligation to buy 358,000 shares of TCK between now and March expiration for 20 cents. You know what these calls went up to? They traded to $2.50. Okay, so let's say hypothetically speaking, I bought 30. Okay, not a lot of risk. So let's say I bought 30 at 20 cents. That's $600, right? These things traded $2.50. So that would have been profits of 230 times 30, which is $6,900 profit. And this trade is just snapshotted from our scanner.
sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Andrew, I don't know if you can hear me. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for that. Looks like we might have a little bit of a technical difficulty on Andrew's side right now. Andrew, I don't know if you can hear me. Looks like your screen is frozen. Hold on, let me see if I can send him. Let's see here. Yeah. For those of you here still in the room right now, yeah, the webinar is still going on. You can probably hear me right now. Looks like we're having some technical difficulty on Andrew's side right now. I'm trying to see if we can rectify this. Yeah, just everybody, just bear with us here for just a couple minutes. Let me see. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you everybody for just bearing on. We'll get this straightened up here for just 1 second here. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to do right now is while we're waiting for Andrew to come back on, let me take the screen back. Oh, there you go. Okay, you're back on, Andrew. Great. Okay. Let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and make you the presenter once again. Okay, great. So, yeah, we're bringing Andrew back on, ladies and gentlemen. Andrew, you can go ahead and take over the screen. There we go.
Yeah, if you can make me organizer again so I can see questions and start.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Let me make you. Okay, there we go. Okay, there you go. You should be able to see it now. Do you see it now? Oh, hold on. There.
So we'll go from here.
Yep, there you go. Okay, I'm going to dismiss your other one here. There we go. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, we can hear you and we can see your screen. Go ahead, take over.
Okay, so trader bought these 3,588 TCKA March 5.5 calls for 20 cents. They went up to $2.50. So hypothetically speaking, if you bought 20 of these, you could have made $6,900 profit. And a lot of my subscribers got into this trade. So we can see a breakdown of this trade: timestamp, trade size, symbol, expiration, call or put, 20 cents. Okay, so this is an opening position, which is very important. I'm going to teach you guys on my trading plan. So this is an example. Here's a chart of TCK. That day, they netted 70% profit. If I held these all the way till expiration, they would have netted, $6,900 profit on a 30 lot. So a small, great trade. And this is just one example of insider information in unusual option activity. So here's an example of PMCS, and this was in January. A trader bought 14,726. PMCS, January 7 calls for 85 cents. So someone came in here and they said, hey, PMCS is going to go higher. I want to buy upside calls because I think it can go much higher. This trade was a $1.25 million bet. So I'm not watching, retail traders trade 10 lots and 20 lots. I'm watching institutional orders, the best traders from around the world. How do you get the Ichimoku Cloud for free on NinjaTrader? I do not know. I don't know. You'd have to call them. So a trader bought 14,726. PMCS, January 7 calls for 85 cents. The first thing that's very important I look at is I look at the option volume versus open interest. You see the volume here is 14,726. Open interest was only 318. So this is the beginning of my trading plan that I'm going to teach you guys today. Was this the biggest trade you've ever seen? No. I mean, these kind of trades hit the tape, every single day. And I just have to differentiate what's a good trade and what's not, and that's what I'm here to teach you guys today. So what happened to PMCS? Pure coincidence or not, the stock went up higher. Okay, rallied up to $10.26. This trader, don't know who they are, no idea if they're in New York, maybe they're overseas. Obviously knew something. Okay, someone asked where you can see this stuff, and I'm going to teach you guys that too. So the stock went up to $10.26. This trader netted $3.6 million profit. okay? $3.6 million profit. $3.6 million profit on this one trade, okay? If you hypothetically speaking took a 20 lot, so you bought 20 at 85 cents, 20 times 85 times 100, $1,700 of risk, you could have netted $4,900 profit on this one small trade. So you say to yourself, why take these trades? The hedge funds and big traders have more information than us. Simple and easy. That's why they're always getting in trouble for insider information. There's a show on CNBC called American Greed. The exact same thing. Okay? These institutions are trading on insider information. They have information that we do not have. How do you know if it's good trade or not? We'll go over that here very shortly. So most importantly, all trades are public information. So you say to yourself, AK, this looks great, but how do I take advantage of it? Okay? How do I take advantage of it? Well, I need to have a trading plan in place. I need to know if a trade is a hedge or a speculative bet. I need to put probability and math on my side. So someone said, hey, where can I get all this information? Write this stuff down if you want. One site, you can get this all 100% free, is optionmonster.com. So Option Monster is Pete and John Nigerian site. Very close with those guys, and you can get all the inside information for free. And the other one is the Options Insider. Okay? Those are two sites that do articles on unusual option activity. See, it's loading here. It says trader bought 6,400 or 6,390 DE Deer June 60 puts for 42 cents. Okay, so you can get all these trades for free. They are a little bit delayed, okay, but that's because they're free and it takes time to write articles. Here's another one. So this is optionmonster.com or the Option Insider where you can get all these for free. Okay. KSU, see the calls being bought there. That was a great winning trade. But we need to have a trading plan. We need a concrete trading plan, how we can take these setups and turn them into money to get us to where we all want to be in life, which is getting us to that financial freedom. So this is my secret sauce. Is a trading plan I created straight from the trading floor. It's called the Oak Ribbit Trading Plan. OCRRBTT. Take a picture, write it down, memorize it. OCRRBTT. Oak Ribbit Trading Plan. So the first thing I look at is the option volume versus open interest. Volume is how many contracts trade today. Open interest is how many exist before today. So I look at the volume. Is it greater than open interest? If volume is less than open interest, I have no desire to take a trade. So volume versus open interest. That is the first thing that I look at. Next thing I look at is the chart. If calls are being bought, I want to make sure it's a speculative bet. Okay? So I want the chart to be bullish. You guys can use any kind of technical analysis you like. I use Ichimoku Kinkan Hoi. If puts are being bought, I want to make sure the chart is bearish. Then we have R&R. Some people like rest and relaxation. I do not. I like risk versus reward setups. How much am I willing to risk on a trade and how much can I potentially make? Then we have our break even. Break even is on expiration. Then we have TNT, time and target. Okay? How much time do I want to give this trade and what's my target of this trade? Okay? This is the Oak Ribbit Trading Plan, guys. I created this for you guys to take any trade based on unusual option activity and break it down to see if it's a potential good setup or not. So maybe take a picture, write it down. The optionsinsider.com and optionmonster.com. You can get them all for free, and you can just plug them straight into the Oak Ribbit Trading Plan. Okay, so this is an example of ABBV. Trader bought 14,400 ABBV. And there's certain trades that work better for day trades, certain trades work better for swing trades. So this works to day trade stock, to day trade options, to swing trade options, or to swing trade stock. This does not work at all in futures or forex. So if you trade futures or forex, this is not for you. But if you're looking to day trade stocks, potentially better. Swing trade stocks, day trade options, or swing trade options. This is a good course for you. So a trader bought 14,400 ABBV. These were the 212.61 calls. What is the first step of our trading plan? Option volume versus open interest. So volume, you see here, is greater than open interest. Then we look at the chart. So if the volume is not greater than open interest, we can see the open interest here is 122. It does not work with Forex whatsoever. It just works with stocks, swing trade options, day trade options, day trade stock. So a trader bought 14,400 ABBV. You see volume is greater than open interest. Volume is how many bought today. Open interest is how many existed before today. Then we look at the chart. I use Ichimoku Kinkan-Hoi, otherwise known as the Ichimoku cloud. If it is bullish, so if it's above the cloud, I want to take bullish trades only. If it is bearish, I'm looking to take bearish trades only. So I want to look at the chart. Okay. Opening means it's a new position. They are putting on a new position. They are putting on a new position. So option volume versus open interest. Okay. Then the chart. If it's above the cloud, it's bullish. If it's in the cloud, it's neutral. So if calls are being bought and the chart is bearish, I'm not looking to make a trade. So I'm actually looking for excuses not to make a trade than excuses to make trades. Okay. No one has as much money as they want in this world. I can't put on positions in everything possible. I have to take the best potential bullish and bearish setups daily. And I usually take, I would say, 2 to 6 new trades a day and 2 to 6 exits every day. Okay. 2 to 6 new trades and 2 to 6 exits as well. Then we have R&R. Some people like rest and relaxation. I like a risk versus reward setup. Okay. How much am I willing to risk on a trade versus how much I can potentially make on a trade? Okay. Risk versus reward setup. And you can think of it as a percentage of the total book. So maybe if I'm trading on $20,000, maybe the most I want to lose is $1,000 on a trade. Okay. So risk versus reward setup. Risk versus reward setup. How much are you willing to risk on a trade is much more important. Okay. I know if the market opens up Sunday night or Monday morning, no matter how much the market goes up or down, I cannot blow out my trading account. The goal is always to see another day. Then we have stop losses. I always talk about using a stop loss for a beginner, 20% stop loss. So I bought an option for $1, have a stop loss at 80 cents. If you have a 50% stop loss, if you buy an option for $2, you'd have a $1 stop loss. Okay? So I like risk versus reward setups. I always want to know how much I'm willing to risk on a trade. Risk is always and should always be the #1 concern. Then we have TNT. TNT stands for time and target. Okay? What time frame do I have? Optionmonster.com. Okay? Time and target. I have a proprietary base plan of when I get out of every single trade. Okay? I know when I'm always getting out of a trade. Certain trades represent better day trades. Certain trades represent better swing trades. In the course, we teach you that. Here's an example of my trade in ABBV. As you see here, 2 important things. My position is 0. Okay? And I wish I could write on this, but I can. My position here is 0. I know, I'm good. And my P&L here is $5,600. So I made $5,645. You know how long that took me, guys? 20 minutes. 20 minutes, I made $5,600. What would you do if you had another $5,600? You know, go on a vacation, pay off some bills, buy a watch? I don't know. You know, you guys got to decide that. I can teach you how to potentially become a better trader, but you're the ones in charge ultimately of making your own trades. So we see here 20 minutes, I made $5,600 using the Oak Ribbit trading plan and using unusual option activity. So we have a couple, and then I'm going to open up for questions. We have a couple testimonials from our subscribers. Charlie says, I want to thank you for this opportunity for sharing your trading experience. Having just joined your trading room a couple of weeks ago, I made $27,000 in KRFT this morning, thanks to unusual option activity plan you taught me. John said, because you're a very generous offer, I've learned a great deal about unusual option activity. My first UOA, unusual option activity trade in FDX worked out great. Thanks for everything you taught me. And I have an inbox of close to 200 testimonials. These are just a couple I picked out. Jan says, all I can say is about unusual option activity is simply amazing. I wonder if UOA, unusual option activity, is the best kept secret out there. What a great home runs I had in APA and Seadrill. 510% profits in Seadrill. You're never going to get that in the stock market unless you're trading penny stocks, and I don't believe in penny stocks. And 139% profit in APA. So these are just a couple from our subscribers. So we have a course we're going to offer you guys today. Who is this course good for? Any trader, beginner, intermediate, or expert. A trader who wants to have financial freedom, stop worrying about their bills, and potentially make more money. A trader who actually wants to learn and stop guessing about trades. How many times are you just putting on random trades because you think you see a chart properly? Okay? That doesn't work. It might work in the short term, but it never works in the long term. I'm just watching the biggest and best traders in the world, and I'm mimicking their positions. Imagine if I could shoot a basketball like Michael Jordan, or if I could golf like Tiger Woods, right? I'm just mimicking the best trader. Anyone who wants to understand unusual option activity and learn how I made millions trading it throughout the course of my trading career. Things I will guarantee about this course. We have a 100% money-back guarantee. If you do not like the course, I will give you your money back. So basically, simple and easy. Everybody should buy it. Because if you're not learning, I don't want your money. Okay? So money-back guarantee on this course. I think we have 25 spots, not 100. Spots available. It's $97. After that, we are sold out. You will never understand options and unusual option activity like this before. Okay? So this is my personal money-back guarantee. So we have 25 spots available. Okay? The link is optionsonthefloor.com. So optionsonthefloor.com/buy. Okay? So this is the unusual option activity trading plan workshop on demand. Okay? What you will learn is understanding unusual option activity for trading plan in more depth. Why call buying is not always bullish. Put buying is not always bearish. How to read option volume versus open interest, and why average stock volume is important. What to look for a speculative trade, or is it a hedge against a position? And when it's open and closing. So I give you guys a concrete trading plan. I'm going to just change one thing here. So master when to day trade versus swing trade. Okay. So I will teach you in the course when to day trade versus swing trade. I will say 4 things about this, and then we'll open it up for questions. Okay. Number 1, we have 13 educational courses on demand and DVD. This is our number 1 selling course. Okay. MTI said they wanted me to speak. I said I'm going to speak on what people want. Okay. So this is our number 1 selling course. Options on the floor, not option. Optionsonthefloor.com/buy. So this is our number 1 selling course. Okay. Number 2, 100% money back guarantee. So there's no reason not to buy it, because you can go through all the educational material, and if you, hypothetically speaking, don't like it, I'll just give you your money back. Number 3, we will sell out at this price point. We have 25 spots available, and we will sell out at this price point. And number 4, this is a great way to trade options, stocks. If you trade futures or forex, this is not for you. So options on the floor, both got real excited. Optionsonthefloor.com/buy. Yes, it is a one-time purchase. So you purchase it once, you never have to cancel anything. There's no reoccurring payment on your credit card. Optionsonthefloor.com/buy. And you get it for life, guys. So when you purchase it today, you will own it for life. So you can go back as many times as you want and go over the course. Mark S is in, Ken H is in, Clyde YZ is in, K is in, Jenna is in, Barbara is in, Josh G is in, Jasmine is in, Jamie is in. So a lot of people taking advantage of this, guys. Make sure you guys sign up. It's optionsonthefloor.com/buy. Optionsonthefloor.com/buy. We have about 3 minutes left here. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. If not, I can put up some, actually my charting is down. Does anybody have any questions at all? Optionsonthefloor.com. Farik is in. A lot of people taking advantage. It's a great promotion. There's no reason not to buy it. is we have a 100% money back guarantee. Okay. Does anybody have any questions at all? I got about 2 minutes here. I know I was trying to pull up my charting. My finger swim froze. So let me see if I can bring up. Someone wants to chart. I can just go to stock charts. Actually, I like TradingView better. This is a course, and it will give you everything you need to learn how to trade like the pros. Trade like a hedge fund manager. Okay. So Facebook here, we see S&P here. I think we're completely overbought on the daily chart. So we see here on the daily chart, we did not take out the highs from 2 days ago. So we are overbought on SPY, and we're oversold here on the VIX. Charles, you can get an options on the floor.com/buy. You can buy it in the UK. It doesn't matter where you are. Facebook here. So Facebook on the daily, it's going to be above the cloud as well. Facebook looks like it wants to push through that all-time highs of 117 where it gapped higher on earnings. They have earnings coming up as well. Apple actually broke the cloud to the upside on the daily chart. Apple looks very strong, and I think Apple goes higher.